Ryan, oh! What the boys don't know is I've only been going 80% shakedowns, now we're going full 100. This is the last final countdown before this thing goes on the plane. This plane ain't waiting for us. I got a hero shoot to film, a lot of fabrication. We just have, again, a lot more to do in a very short time.
Less than 2 weeks left in Madmac's challenge to turn a McLaren hypercar into the world's wildest drift machine. In the last episode, Madmac designed and fully wrapped Madmac in its new livery. He hit the track for shakedowns not once, not twice, but 3 times. They bent the throttle body butterflies, snapped the custom simulator gear shifter, and then they melted the exhaust manifold in testing, which damaged the turbo and put the entire Madmac project at risk of failure.
It's a bit of a late one last night, mate. This is the disaster we're dealing with. You can see where the wall was too thin, and what's happened now is the turbo wheel on the exhaust side has been scraping. We really need to refabricate this whole exhaust, which is an absolute major because that would be a whole new tune. I left here at about 2:45 this morning, but the guys were still figuring the turbo. They've reheated all the exhaust, tried to pull everything up, made more brackets just to get us through today. It's just a kind of temporary fix. This afternoon we'll be out frickin' shredding. Our wheel speed is calculated at over 280 kilometers an hour on the rear wheels. Hence why these tyres are lasting 1 lap if I want to drive how I want to drive. I'm the one that frickin' makes the mess and burns them, so I'm the one that's got to change them. Touchdown! That is the sickest thing I've ever built, that's for sure.
To some people, man, it's just a car, right? It's just a freaking car. They drive from A to B. Man, a car for me is everything. It's how I express my style and my personality to the world. I see it screams Mad Mike.
We've definitely had our fun chopping this thing, cutting this thing, busting ass to get this thing done in 100 days was, I mean, the rotary swap 3 weeks in, that was probably the biggest, craziest challenge I've ever set for the team. F***ing so many late nights. And today we get to shred. Teamwork, nothing else, mate.
After countless hours of graft, of victories and defeats, it's finally time to unleash Madmac on the track.
No signal, bro.
Unfortunately, it doesn't just have like a mechanical lever or shifter to be able to go back to the gearbox, so no signal, no change gear. We're literally stuck in neutral. We'll be game over for the day really fast if we can't figure that out.
In a moment of crisis, there is only one man to call. Can Ryan from OCD help solve the mystery of the Phantom gearbox?
What if we try Control-Alt-Delete?
Yeah, we did, and that's why everything doesn't work now.
Oh, can you delete the tune? It's getting a signal all the way to the gearbox, so now we've got to get inside the gearbox to see whether it's one of the solenoids or an earth's come off inside the box, I don't know.
The actuator is the brain of the gearbox, the critical component which manages each gear shift. And this crack team of mechanical detectives quickly unmask the identity of the perpetrator.
We've found water inside it, a lot of corrosion inside it.
But how the f*** can water get into this?
How, I don't know, because it is all O-ringed, but we've pulled all the O-rings out. All the O-rings are fine, but somehow water's got in there.
Unfortunately, we don't have McLaren actuators on the Mad Lab shelves, so we're just gonna have to pull this one apart, try clean off all the corrosion the best we can, and just hopefully get this thing so it actually works and activates the gears.
Alright, we've got some movement. I reckon it's my toothbrush that helped clean off that corrosion.
With life breathed back into the McLaren gearbox, Madmac returns to the track at Hampton Downs for another shakedown.
Madmac's confused. We are stuck in second gear, so sometimes it's going from second to fourth. Now it's gone back to stuck, it doesn't even want to change gear. But if it Chernobyls the gearbox, then we're really up shit's creek.
Even with Madmac feeling operationally camera shy, the team is able to make the most of an unfortunate situation.
Long day, didn't do much drifting today. The part that broke a solenoid in the shifter obviously stopped the day, but that is actually already in Auckland. So we've had one air freighted, lands at 6:25 p.m. ID required for pickup. That's addressed to Mad Mike. I don't even have ID that says Mad Mike. My ID says Michael Whiddett. We're going to now take the car tonight down to Brendan's shop. It's going to refabricate the entire exhaust manifold, the entire turbo manifold, do the finishing exhaust with the twin pipes.
This is going to set some hay bales on fire.
What the team and I have discovered is that the G-force is so substantial in Madmac, and the shape of our factory dry sump tank from the McLaren is what's causing the oil pressure issues, either too much or not enough. So what that means now is we need to refabricate an entire dry sump tank. He's just got a lot of work.
Haven't had a lot of sleep.
If all goes to plan, Thursday ideally we are tuning, so we're back on a dyno. That's the plan. And this guy, he's overrated. This guy, Bruce McLaren, he's not. Because we've changed a lot of stuff over the last couple of days, that's why we're back here at James's to tune this thing. If all goes well on the dyno today, we'll be have a bit of a shakedown before tomorrow.
Despite the newly fabricated components, something is still wrong, and they've noticed an unusual flutter in the engine as it changes RPM.
When you're drifting it, you're probably not going to be dropping below 4 grand, yeah?
Oh, nah. Yeah. Oh, well, how was Al driving it back? I think he was idling around at 1500. The car was going too slow.
Didn't want to show him up, mate.
No matter what I do, I just can't get rid of it. It's like it's over-fueling, but if I take the fuel out of it, it goes the other way.
You can hear when it comes off the throttle that it just doesn't have that response, which is definitely not good for us on the track, because that'll send us straight into the wall.
I'm convinced it's fuel. Like it's spraying too much. It's even oily on your hand coming out the exhaust. I just went down the road and bought some new injectors, so let's see if another couple of $1,000 fixes the problem.
I can even hear it at idle now.
I was hoping that tonight I was going to get some sleep before we do the big film shoot tomorrow and then load it onto the plane, but that's probably not going to be the case. I'll sleep when it gets on the plane.
After spending almost an entire day eliminating all of the possible faults, surely the solution can't be simple.
Now we're screaming, what a day of chasing shit, spending lots of money, buying more parts and change the fuel, and we're friggin' back into it. Yeah, 944 horsepower and only 19 pound of boost. 19, 20 pounds like my go-to, all our pro drift cars, everything, Pike's Peak car, run at that boost. Yeah, we know the motors are safe at that PSI. Pretty much 99 days without much sleep at all. So this mental state, you just skip the most basic of things, and to us it looks like the biggest issue we've had today is premix. But now we're a day short to get it on the plane. Today is load up, go on a plane, and as you can see we've got a lot to do. Fresh off the dyno very late last night. It was an exciting last pull, lots of flames, lots of noise, lots of power. Yep.
It's absolute chaos at the Mad Lab as the team tried to make up for 12 hours of lost time following yesterday's dyno delay. Amidst the mayhem, Tony manages to find another flight for Madmac from NZ to the UK that will lift the insurmountable time pressure off the team.
Goalposts bouncing back and forth.
New plan is we've found another plane that's a lot more expensive, but gets there even earlier and it leaves later. Takes a small bit of pressure off the guys after a very stressful day yesterday. We're still going to wrench this thing as hard as we can today because we've got some media guys here and I just actually want to drive this thing. Everything's super reliable, running it, safe, so we can just punish this thing. Day 100, mate. It's finished. Oh no! What the boys don't know is I've only been going at 80% shakedowns. Now we're going full 100. That's ridiculously fast. tomorrow this thing's on a plane. Freaking so pumped to actually get to this moment. Can't thank Lanzante enough for making this dream become reality. I don't think I even breathed through that whole section. Just like as soon as you gas it and then it's just... I just want to see your guys' footage. Alright, so that's the last lap for Madmac in New Zealand for a little while. Go put this thing on a plane tomorrow, get it to UK. It's going to go straight to Lanzante shop. Our first gear of the 3.0. On the dyno we're doing 160 kilometers an hour. The problem is when we're just crawling around Goodwood and trying to get around, we're just going to burn the clutch out. Literally just trying to move this thing at walking pace. So pulling it apart, pulling the gearbox out, change the ratios, going to change the clutch, and then we'll be good to go. Freaking job done. Had a lot of late nights. Feel like I've aged a little, but what a rewarding day just to have it on track. Now we get to entertain the world in that thing. Madmac's coming. About 7 minutes until it's due day to roll out of the door. There's no spanners in hands, there's no welders in Brendan's hand, and we just got rags, giving it a little clean. And we get to put this thing on a plane this afternoon. Yeah, it's gonna take off, and holy shit, this freaking plane, what? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Well, that'll be back, mate, next year, mate. Kiwis will get to enjoy this thing screaming, but for now, we've got some business to do. We're gonna entertain the world. Go on the pallet. Well, it's 100 days with no sleep. You're able to create something like this. New Zealand made. She's clear for the air. We'll see you in UK. Woo! Madmac is on its way and it is off to UK. We'll see you another day. Next week.